Welcome to a brand new survival world. While exploring for a good place to live, I found a shop structure that lets me buy custom items in exchange for refined copper bolts, which are scattered around my world. In this series, I'll be collecting bolts to purchase cool items like the Rivet Gauntlet and Mob Grinder, and work my way up to the Steam Golem core. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with the latest episodes of the Secret Shop series. Now we've started in a dark forest biome, which is pretty cool, but probably not somewhere we want to stick around for a very long time here. It is pretty dim down here, so I think we'll want to start collecting some logs, a little bit of stone, and making some tools. Oh, there's some coal down there. Probably ought to grab that. Don't know when we're going to find any more. So like I said, we are in a dark forest, which is just a little bit dangerous. I don't think we're going to want to stick around here. However, I am excited to build with dark oak wood. I find that I don't often build with it unless I'm making something related to pillagers. And so I'd like to try something a little bit different this time. Okay, so we have an old growth taiga here. I don't think I necessarily want to be in an old growth taiga, just because we were in a taiga in our last series, but it is technically a little bit different of a biome, and like I said, I'm planning to build primarily with dark oak, so I think that will still be okay, but let's see if there's anything else nearby. What is this? This can't be a trial chamber, it's way too high up. So we have stairs going down into this room, and a steam gun, 1 bolts. You do not have enough refined copper bolts. What is a refined copper bolt? We have a steam gun, 1 bolts, steam golem core, 8 bolts, mechanist, a villager, 2 bolts. So is this like a shop? And what is that noise? Oh, this is weird. This tree is in like a circle of mushrooms right next to this structure. Let's chop it down, I guess. Okay, chopped the tree down, and we can see that, yes, this does appear to be just a circle of mushrooms on some podzol. I don't know if you can hear that sound. I'm going to try to increase the volume for you. It is a little bit faint, but it's some kind of ringing noise, and it did not go away chopping down the tree. So what do we have down here? What is that? Hold on. Let's clear this away. This is the cutest little thing I've ever seen. What in the world is this? I can't hit it. I can't right-click it. Oh, loud noise. A refined copper bolt. Okay. And the ringing stopped. Okay, so that noise was the bolt. It was it bouncing around. This is super weird. I wonder if there was supposed to be one next to this structure, or if we just got really lucky. So my guess is that this is some kind of shop. I have 1 bolt, 1 refined copper bolt. So what can we buy? Steam drill is 5, Rivet Gauntlet is 3, Inventor's Goggles are only 2. Ooh, it's getting dark. There are some lamps here, but they're off. Let's craft up a button and turn these on. All right, a little bit of light. I think I'm gonna need some torches as well. I don't have a lot of coal, so 4 torches will have to do. We are pretty out in the open. I know I saw some sheep back there. I should have killed them when I passed them. And I don't have any food either. This is very dangerous. Okay, so for food, we can very quickly chop down this brown mushroom. And then we can use these red mushrooms as well. And craft up some mushroom soup. So like I said, it is dark and we are pretty vulnerable, but I think down here we'll be safe enough to at least continue looking at what these are. Oh, there's some coal in the ground. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, we'll probably dig that up shortly. But task at hand. So, Inventor's Goggles are 2. Steam Gun is 1. Steam Golem Core is 8. Mechanist is 2. Hydraulic Press is 3. Oh, you're a spider. Steam Engine is 4. And Mob Grinder is 6. So just to confirm, we do not have enough copper bolts for that. So the only thing we can afford is this steam gun. The fact that all of these other podiums all have different prices on them suggests I will be able to find more of these refined copper bolts. So I think I feel okay buying the steam gun. Okay, so like I suspected, it is just a shop. And now we have a steam gun. So the steam gun says right-click to shoot steam attack, periodically needs to recharge. So let's give it a try. Ooh. Okay, very cool. I heard a spider up here. How are we looking? Are we pretty safe? I don't see any other mobs. I think the spider's gone as well. So nothing to test this on right this second. Since I didn't have a bed to sleep through the night, I took the time to mine up the coal that was embedded in the floor of the little shop structure here, and began chopping down some of the surrounding trees for building material as well as clear line of sight. It was while chopping down one of these trees that I spotted our first victim for the steam gun. Okay, our first mob is over there. Creeper hasn't noticed us yet. I'm tempted to set up some fortifications, but I don't want to turn my back on him and then have him sneak up on me and destroy me or the shop. So I think I'm going to come over here, and we're going to try our steam gun on him. And go! Okay. Go! Okay, that pushes him back quite a bit. That's good. Oh. Okay, it's not working. It needs to recharge. Ah! Dang it. Okay. Creeper over there. Oh, I just heard a sound. Okay, steam gun is recharged now. So we definitely have to be careful with our use of the steam gun here. Still got a little bit of nighttime left. I think we'll continue chopping down some trees. Looks like we're going to need a chest if we're going to be staying here. It's morning now, which means we can safely explore the surrounding area a little bit. It's clear that there will likely be other refined copper bolts and plenty to buy with them, so I think we're going to want to stay nearby, potentially even living here in this shop. Though it's a little bit cramped, I think we'll probably build on top of it. I think that'll be kind of cool. So we're going to need to gather some materials, but before I really start planning my build, I want to take a look at what kind of surroundings we're really working with. So if we come down here, it looks like we do have a river. Given the dark forest is so dark, it's possible that the river is going to be our primary source of food, obviously outside of mushroom stew. And then, yes, like I said, we have the old growth, looks like a pine forest and a spruce forest over here, which I don't necessarily want to be spending a whole lot of time close to, because it is pretty similar to what we did in the last series, but it does open the door for a fair amount of... What is that? What? Hold on. Okay, that's what I thought. This is terracotta, right? Yeah. White terracotta. Is this a trail ruin? Oh, that's so cool. I've literally never found a trail ruin. This is super neat. I think we'll probably definitely spend some time excavating this. Not right now, though. We want to wait until we have a brush so that we can dig up the suspicious gravel. Oh, that's so cool. I'm going to put a torch here so that we can remember that that's important. That's pretty neat. Okay. I am liking this area more and more. So we're going to want to get this sugarcane growing pretty quickly. We're also going to want a way to find our way back to the shop. I think we'll not explore too far so we don't get lost. And we'll just make sure that our starter house that we build has a nice big tower on it so that we can find our way over here easily. For now, let's get some food. Whew, a lot of chickens over here, and eggs. Great. I guess we should try using the steam gun on these. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, did it cook the chicken? It steamed the chicken. That's so stupid. Of course, now it's raining. That's fantastic. But let's cook some chickens, I guess. Oh, spider. Oh, okay. Okay, the steam gun isn't very good on spiders. Whew, there we go. Oh, another azalea tree. You know, we found an azalea tree at the start of the last series, and we didn't actually end up really going to the lush cave. I think that we'll make a point of using some lush blocks in our build this time. I think that'll just be a lot of fun. Add a little bit of more color, especially because the dark forest is truly so dark. It is such a dark green. I think that'll be a really great way to add some additional colors, especially along with the dark oak planks. We'll probably use some cobblestone. Now, at some point, we'll need to establish a bit of a mine so that we can get some more stone and, in particular, iron. Perhaps that's what we should do right now. And for that, I think I'm going to do it, like, right here. Oh, my. Chiseled tough bricks? I had no idea that it was this hard. Wow. Oh, you can't even break it. What the heck? What? I didn't even know you needed iron tools to break these efficiently. That's so cool. But it does mean that there isn't really a lot of purpose to making the mine here right now. So we'll need to find probably another surface cave. Oh, like this one. Oh, holy cow. Big cave. Looks like it does go down to the lush cave, so that's nice. And then we've got a skeleton down there. So we'll need to be on the lookout for that. I also want to make it just a little more clear how to get home when we get out of here. That should work. Ah! Oh, hi. Okay, ow. Oh. Oh, we're in danger. Oh, gosh. I hear you, skeleton. I'm coming for you. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's light the area up a bit. This seems like a pretty safe crevice to go and get some... Ow! Okay, no, it is not. Where the heck was that? Bro. Are you serious? Holy cow. I'm playing on normal difficulty and I feel like I'm being just bombarded with damage. It is imperative that we find some iron. Oh my gosh. We are just not in it today, boys. Okay, cool. So we've got some iron. I think we'll come back to the lush blocks once we have a better idea of exactly what we want to build, and we'll bring a hoe, because that's going to be just more efficient. Oh, the skeleton dropped a bow. Cool. We don't have any arrows, so right now the steam gun will be our main semi-ranged weapon. So that item was called a refined copper bolt. I'm wondering if we'll be able to craft them. I think it's worth gathering some copper while we're here. Okay, we're finding a lot more iron now. I appreciate that. Hello, sir. Okay. Burned his items, but that's fine. Some more iron. That puts us to about 18 iron, and there's still some more over here. Oh, come on, leave me alone. I don't want to use up too much of my pickaxe because I want to make sure that we're getting all the iron that we can, hopefully to craft some armor pretty quickly, along with other tools like a bucket. I'm not sure that we'll actually be able to find enough for that this trip. Let's see, it is nighttime right now, so I may stay down here for a little while longer. We're running low on food. In theory, there's glowberries down here to help with that. Cave goes quite a bit deeper down to deep slate level. Looks like we've got redstone and gold. Obviously, we don't have an iron pickaxe yet to collect them. Do see some iron, though. So that is 30 raw iron we've collected at this point, along with just under a stack of copper. I see there's some more coal here, and I'm sure there will be more iron as we return to this cave, but I think for now we want to make our way back home so that we can just generally gear up and at least fortify the shop a little bit before we start building our home. Eventually we'll need a better way down into this cave too. Okay, not being followed. Alright. Even though it was still raining, it was daytime now, so I decided to go out and chop down the tree that both the creeper from earlier as well as a new one decided to partially blow up, and then go out and search for some sheep so I could make a bed. I only ended up finding 2 sheep, but while making my way back home, I stumbled upon something else. Oh, what the heck? There's a couple of pigs around here, but this one is sparkling and floating? Question mark? No, not floating, just sparkling and making a noise. Okay, let's kill it. Oh, come on. Come on. Gosh, there's a lot of health. Oh, hello. It dropped a copper bolt. Cool. All right, that's pretty neat. No way, is that another one? Holy cow, that's awesome. Come on, oh my gosh, holy cow. Okay, dude, stop. Oh my gosh. Dude, come here. There we go. Those guys are fast, holy cow. But cool, that got us 2 refined copper bolts. I believe that's enough for some of the things back at the shop. Let's head back that direction. All of our iron has smelted up as well, so we can go ahead and get armed up. I decided to spend some of the iron on a pickaxe and shears instead of a helmet, but otherwise I crafted, as you can see, a full set of iron armor, which should help a lot in keeping us safe when we go back over to the mine. The Dark Forest is dangerous. Now, however, we have a decision to make. So we now have 2 copper bolts, which means we can buy a mechanist, who appears to be a villager, or some inventor's goggles. Because we don't have a house yet, I am wary about getting a mechanist. I don't know that I'm going to be able to safely care for a villager right now. So I think that might be better saved until we can get a very small villager trading hall or something set up. Might depend a little bit on how he works, but I don't want to get it and then find out that I need to do a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's go with the inventor's goggles. Very cool. So these inventor goggles say I can right click to equip, and then they give me night vision, and they will also highlight refined copper bolts. The night vision is pretty nice. Hopefully that is not too bright for you guys at home. Maybe I won't wear these all the time. But being able to see refined copper bolts I think will be really nice. If more of them are hidden under like mushroom circles like that one was, then this will be really useful for being able to locate them. But like I said, that is pretty bright, and I don't know if I want to subject you guys to that all the time. If it doesn't bother you though, let me know in the comments. Also, if you're enjoying the series so far, don't forget to subscribe. You can also check out my Patreon with the card in the top right or in the description down below. So unfortunately we did not get enough wool to make a bed. Do I have enough string? No, I don't. If we can find some spiders to get some string, then we could craft the last piece of wool that way. Oh, I hear another one. Oh, excellent. That's what I like to see. We got 1 string out of that. Oh, there's a zombie. Creeper over there. Want to avoid that. Skeletons. We can get some bones. I think this is a good time to actually wear those inventor's goggles. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Oh, a cow. Hello. Oh, well, that didn't work. Oh my gosh, look at that. We can see a refined copper bolt with our inventor's goggles. Awesome. Well, I want to get this cow first, but then we'll check that out. It's pretty dangerous over here. We might not be able to get over there safely until morning. Oh, there's another one over there. Wow, okay, awesome. Okay, so we need to remember that we can come back over here for some more bolts, but I think it's not safe to do so right now. Oh my gosh, a witch? Okay, so there's a witch over there and a creeper. We are just in a very unsafe location. Oh my gosh, there's everything over here. Is that a spider jockey? Holy cow. Okay. Oh my gosh, what is that? A sparkling zombie? Oh, we're in so much danger. Okay, we gotta get out of here. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Oh, that witch is chasing us. No, leave me alone. Stop it. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Holy cow, how did you do that? Sniper witch. Okay, surely up here we are safe. That sparkling zombie is still down there. That's good, because he'll give us a refined copper bolt. Hopefully he stays alive long enough. We're going to have to deal with that witch at some point. I don't have any arrows or bow. I actually wouldn't mind fighting this spider. Okay, the witch seems to have forgotten about us temporarily. If I can take care of this spider, good. Then I can go for these zombies. Witch, leave me alone. Let's go for these zombies. Oh, it drowned. That's interesting. I heard it convert earlier. I'm surprised that it is chasing me this far. Guys, what is going on? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Skeletons are joining in now as well. Okay, well, we got the copper bolt down there now. Whew, okay. Okay, copper bolt. So then we just gotta contend with that witch and the creepers. Let's make a sword. Okay. Alright, I made an iron sword and a shield. I think we should go take care of that witch, and then we'll establish how we're gonna approach building this base. Take the inventor's goggles off. Hello. Ow. Haha! Using creepers to my advantage. I heard a spider. Where did it go? Ah, there you are. Ah, no strength. Okay. Well, since we still don't have a bed, I think it is going to be super critical that we start working on a house now. It's not going to be super pretty. We'll definitely spruce it up a little bit later, but we need something more secure to spend our nights in if we're not going to be able to sleep. All right, phase 1 of our starter house is complete. Like I said, it was a pretty quick and dirty job. Unfortunately, it doesn't look quite as nice as I was hoping to, but I've left a lot of space and room, both inside and outside, to improve upon it, add some more as we get to a more secure state of living. Primarily, obviously, we still lack a bed, so in fact, if you can see out these windows, it is still nighttime outside. There are plenty of mobs around, so we're not going to do an exterior tour. Luckily, there's not a lot to look at anyway. That'll be something that we work on next episode, I think. Taking a look inside, obviously we have our little storage and crafting area over here on the left. Again, this will be prettied up in time. And then we have a small little smelting and stoneworking area over here. I decided I wanted a nice little sort of balcony situation looking down into the secret shop room down there from our front door. And then of course we have the original stairs that go down into the shop area, which has not been modified at all. You may have noticed during building that the roof looks quite incomplete, and that is because we're definitely going to be adding more stories to this so that it can be seen from further away. Again, that'll be something that we do when we are a little bit more secure, particularly once we have a bed so that we don't have to be working through the night. Ultimately, I think this was a pretty great start to this series. We have gotten ourselves a base established. We have a few of these custom items from the shop down here. Next episode, we'll definitely be getting some more refined copper bolts. Fortunately, we know where to look so that we can buy a mechanist or two and then some. Now, we do already know where a couple of refined copper bolts are from when we were exploring last episode. They should be over here in the old growth taiga. I don't remember exactly where. I don't know how far away we were from our house, from the secret shop, when we saw it. But the inventor's goggles, here we go, should help them glow. Okay, so we have a refined copper bolt down there dancing around. Let's get ready to head down there. Okay, hold on. Oh dear. This refined copper bolt may not be safe to get right now. It sounds like there's at least one shrieker down there, and we've just triggered it once, which means we get 2 more triggers before a warden spawns. I don't feel like we're in a good position to run away from a warden right now, so we're going to pillar back out of here. Okay, trigger number 2. Let's put a little wall right here. Bit of a torch so we can find our way back there when we are ready to go get it, but definitely not going to be right now. Now, I do believe there was another copper bolt over here. Yes, there it is, dancing around. And this one looks much closer to the surface. Okay, yeah, it's in a mushroom circle, just like the first one we found. So let's make a bit of a staircase down in there. There we go. These things are so cute. I just love how they do the little dance. And that is now 2 refined copper bolts, which is enough to buy the Mechanist. While we're out though, let's see if we can hunt down any more. I don't want to stray too far from the house, because it isn't quite tall enough to be able to be seen over trees yet. That is part of what we're going to be doing today. So let's see if there are any refined copper bolts nearby. They should glow for us. But of course, we still need to be looking in the right direction for them to be able to spot them. There's our trail ruin. Maybe let's come over here across the river. While we're out here, we can... Oh, there's one. Excellent. And yep, this looks like this one is pretty safe too. Just kind of caught here in a little cliff. Hello, little guy. Now don't fall in the water. Okay, great. If we can happen upon one more, I think that would be really great. Some animals. Oh, a sheep. Excellent. Okay, got my shears. All right, just in case we need to come back for more. Now we can craft a bed. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Let's also steam a few chickens. Okay, I don't see any more Oh, I'm a liar. We've got another sparkly pig here. So far, it looks like we've only seen sparkly pigs and a sparkling zombie. I wonder if those are more common. But let's get its copper bolt. Luckily, it's in the water, so it can't run away from us like the last one. They have tons of health. There we go. And now with 4 refined copper bolts, I think we're in pretty good position. We can buy a Mechanist, and depending on how it works, we may even buy a second one. But first, we want to get prepared with a nice home for the Mechanist to stay in. We also want to craft up a bed so we can finally sleep safely through the night. Once we extend our home some, we'll have the bedroom probably up on the 2nd floor, which I think is what we're going to do next. Last episode, I toyed with the idea of building a villager trading hall for our Mechanists to live in. However, thinking about it now, we don't even know where a village is, or if we're ever going to need a villager trading hall for this particular playthrough. So, I think rather than doing that, I'm just going to have the Mechanist live inside of our house, and we'll plan on extending our house quite a bit over the course of maybe several episodes. We'll start with the 2nd floor, and then we'll go from there. So I'm thinking if we move the bed to the 2nd floor, and we move the furnace and the stone cutter over to our actual crafting area where all of our materials are, like so, I'll move the bed over here for now until we get that 2nd floor built. Here's fine, respawn point. So I think we'll build a little bit of a paddock here of some sort for, potentially up to a few villagers, just in case, again, we buy multiple Mechanists, or maybe even this will be like a super basic villager trading hall if we end up finding some villagers or needing them. Now for that, I think I would like to use tuff, but I don't believe I have quite enough. I also think we'll use some copper, which means we need to smelt some up. So, since we need some tuff, let's head over to our little cave system and make our way down to grab some. Now, I had explored some of this area already to gather the little bit of tuff that I needed for my build last time, which is why I have some tuff bricks already. So as long as I can find my way back that direction, I know where we can grab some. The other thing we should do is grab more copper, just in case we can craft those refined copper bolts, as well as more coal. going to be hard to remember to use torches when our inventor's goggles are giving us night vision. So yeah, this is the way that I came last time to get down to the deep slate level to grab some tuff. And over in this cave, yes. So we've got some tuff right over there. Oh, and some lapis lazuli, great. I should grab that too. I didn't grab a whole lot last time besides the tuff. I did find a diamond over there, I think. But just the one. Some iron as well. Hello, sir. $32 should be good. There are a few other ores down here that I think I want to grab, some redstone and such, just in case we need it later. So we'll go ahead and do that before returning to the surface. We'll grab this lapis real quick. And iron. Oh, it's nighttime now, of course. We should make an easier way to get down to this cave. Maybe we'll dig a little tunnel from the secret shop to here. But for now, this will do. We also need some more logs, primarily oak and birch, to complete our second floor. So go ahead and grab those, and then we'll start building. And there we go. Second floor for our house is completed. I think we're still definitely going to add more over time. I kind of want this to end up being a little bit of kind of a tower mansion type thing. I think that'll be really cool. But for now, the second floor is all we need. We can reach over the trees now so we can see it from just a little bit further away, which will allow us to explore a little bit further. We also have a little bit of a basically micro villager trading hall right here on the first floor. As you can see, I incorporated a little bit of copper with these copper trapdoors, and then some tuff for the actual enclosure area. There's also some rails around the edges here just to be safe, to ensure that if any mobs do somehow get in here, they won't be able to pathfind to and reach the villagers that are inside. Again, I only expect this to be used for a mechanist or two, at least for now, but in theory the rails will also allow us to easily transport other villagers directly into whatever remaining slots that we have, and then we can just place their workstations on one side or the other. Up here on the second floor, it is just a little bit brighter. I used the birch planks to look a little bit lighter from the outside, while still working really well with the dark oak and cobblestone, but it makes the second floor inside look much happier and more pleasant than downstairs perhaps does. I used some of the remaining building materials to spice up our bed area where our respawn point is already set, and the rest of this will be filled out, I'm sure, over time, potentially with more storage, maybe enchanting stuff. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how we want to expand even higher. There is room up on the roof, cobblestone already prepared to make yet another floor of a different shape than this one, so I'm excited to expand and see what that ends up looking like. We do need some more food, but I believe for now I am most excited about seeing what this mechanist has to offer. We do have 4 refined copper bolts right now, but we're going to start by buying one and see how he works, and then if we decide we want a second one, we can come right back down here and do that. Alright, so we have 2 bolts, we should be able to afford it. Awesome! And we have a little bit of a villager here in our hand. This mechanist item says spawns a mechanist villager who sells steampunk tools. So I'm excited to see what those look like. Let's get him up in the trading hall. We'll put him in the most internal section. There he is. Hello, sir. Well, he's not feeling too happy about being here, but let's see what he has to trade. Okay, so he can turn refined copper bolts into blocks of copper, should we need it. I haven't actually checked if we're able to craft refined copper bolts. Presumably, if we are, this is at a loss. But in case we have extra refined copper bolts and need blocks of copper, that's a good way to do that. We can also trade 5 copper ingots for 3 iron ingots. So in theory, we don't even really need like an iron farm as long as we can find enough copper, which is much more plentiful than iron. Then we can just turn it into iron for whatever else that we need. That's pretty neat. He can also turn an iron axe and some blocks of copper into a steampunk axe, and the same for a pickaxe into a steampunk pickaxe. Looks like these both have the same ability. Blocks mined have a chance to drop raw copper. Okay, so that's how we can more easily potentially get copper. Obviously, we still have to smelt it, turn it into the iron ingots. But those seem pretty nice, and presumably they are better than iron. Maybe they're, close to diamond or something. I did have to use some blocks of copper for those copper trapdoors, but it does look like we have enough to buy both of those tools. I think we should definitely go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's see. We can get an iron axe into a steampunk axe, and an iron pickaxe into a steampunk pickaxe. These look pretty neat. I love little holes in them. The copper looks nice. They even have a different stick color. I think that's super cool. It looks pretty safe out here now. I'm tempted to give this guy a try. Maybe we'll chop down this tree so we can get rid of some of these leaves close to our house. So chopping down that whole tree gave us 6 raw copper, which isn't a lot, but as something incidental to be getting whenever we're chopping down trees or mining with the pickaxe, that seems like a pretty decent yield. And over time, that'll add up, and we can just get way more copper to turn into iron or do whatever else we want with it. So since the Mechanist had a trade for both a axe and a pickaxe, it stands to reason that he might have trades for a steampunk shovel or sword. It doesn't look like he can level up, he's a master already, so I wonder if buying a second one would open that up for us. However, we are only 1 bolt away from buying a rivet gauntlet as well, so I wonder if that would be more worthwhile for now. First things first though, we need some food, and I am curious to see if the steam gun will cook the salmon in the river as well. So far we've only tested it on chickens. Hello boys, let's see what this does for us. Okay, it does look like it steams these salmon as well. I think that's so funny. I don't know that I'm ever going to get tired of that. That's all the salmon in the immediate area for now. 5 salmon is pretty good for the moment. It is nighttime again as well, so let's get to sleep here, up in our brand new bed. And then, yeah, I think I'd like to try finding one more refined copper bolt so we can get that rivet gauntlet. So let's see, we've explored towards that direction. We know there is one over there, but it's guarded by Skulkshriekers, and we don't want to summon a warden right now. We did a little bit over there, found a bolt over there. We came from approximately that direction, but we didn't actually travel this way, so that might be a good place to start. Oh, okay. Haha! Stumbled upon a copper pig. I guess it's a copper pig. Obviously the skin hasn't changed, but it has particles. Come here. Sir? Sir? Come back! Where are you going? There we go. Okay. So we got a copper bolt out of that. Perfect. That's all we needed. Are there any more around here? No. Okay. So let's head back home. By the way, if you are enjoying the series, please remember to subscribe and also check out my Patreon with the card up in the top right or the link in the description. It's a great way to support the channel and keep an eye on when new videos come out. Alright, 3 copper bolts, let's buy a rivet gauntlet. Ho ho ho, yes. This looks nice. So this rivet gauntlet has +8 attack damage, so I think that's even higher than like a diamond sword. But more importantly, it says we can right-click to pick up a block and then right-click again to throw it. Let's give that a try. Grab. Oh, okay. Oh, this is cool. You can't even see my face. All right, and then we right-click again to throw. Nice. Oh, and it dropped it. That's kind of convenient. Does it do that all the time? Wah! No, probably just because it hit a wall then. Let's try and put it back in position. Like basketball or something. Oh, not quite. There we go. Oh, it broke. Okay. Well, luckily we can place them back. So that's pretty neat. Can we pick up like logs? Leaves? No. Okay. So We can't pick up anything. Pick up cobblestone. Whoop! Go put that back. But yeah, and then it has +8 attack damage, so honestly, it probably just replaces our sword. We might not even need to buy another Mechanist and find out if there's a steampunk sword. I guess unless it's a lot stronger than this. This is pretty useful as, again, a semi-ranged sort of weapon, but it also has this melee attack if we end up needing it. Now, between having built the second floor of the house, buying the Mechanist, and buying this Rivet Gauntlet, that pretty much covers all the goals that I had for today. But I can't get that last copper bolt out of my mind down with the Skulk Shriekers. I'm wondering if there's a way that we would be able to get... Oh, hold on. Is that a village back there? I believe it is. That looks like a campfire. Another taiga village. An old growth taiga this time. So there's the bolt down with the Skulk Shriekers. I can hear a bat down there setting them off, but I don't think it's setting the Shriekers off, just the sensors. I'm assuming there's multiple because they keep going off. They're not going on cooldown. So that is good. That means that we can reasonably approach safely without the other mobs causing an issue for us. So let's come back to that later. I think for now we will go to the village here and see what it has to offer. And then after that, maybe we'll have some ideas about how to get that copper bolt. Oh! Look at that! There's a copper bolt just sitting on the lake. Did a sparkly animal die? It doesn't really seem like that would make sense. But cool, free bolt. Sweet. Okay, let's head to the village. Oh, this is so cool, especially with the night vision. This bridge going right over this water ravine. Oh, that is so neat. This is the reason people have thalassophobia. Okay, well, let's see what we got here in the village. Some villagers, obviously. A fisher villager. Not a great trade. We do have a fair amount of coal, so if you really need emeralds, we can come back for that. But of course, we are never going to have to need to cook any fish. Let's grab these. Sugarcane. I don't think there's a chest in here. No, it doesn't look like it. Got a chest in... Oh, whoa! Well, there's a chest in here. Opened it up, and a copper bolt popped out. That's... Honestly, just finding these random copper bolts is so much fun. Like, the surprise of it all. Oh my goodness. I would just get copper bolts even if there wasn't a shop. It's just fun to collect. Okay, no bolt in that one. I kind of braced myself there just in case. You know, I'm realizing I think I actually got so distracted by the bolt that I didn't even grab the items from that other house. Yeah, I totally just left them here. That's so funny. Let's take this chest. There's a fox on that roof. Hello, sir. I have some sweet berries, but you don't have anything in your mouth that I want. Sometimes they can spawn with cool stuff. Let's see. Any crops here that we care about? It looks like probably mostly wheat, which I suppose isn't nothing. It saves us a little time having to grow some ourselves if we want to set up a farm. If we want to domesticate some aminals. Did I really just say aminals? I meant animals. If we want to domesticate some animals. Nothing here. I think there's a second floor to these. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Potatoes. Nothing else that I want. Okay. I think just a couple more houses here we haven't been in. Is there anything more over here? Doesn't look like it. Ow. Doesn't look like it. Well, cool. A very productive village visit. We'll have to remember this place if we do need to come back for any villager trades at all. In the last series, I didn't feel like it was very worth it, but it might have just been... Oh, that's super weird. Huh, that doesn't normally happen. Okay, I hope you'll forgive me. I want to gush about World Gen for a second, because I don't understand how this could possibly happen. I don't think it means anything, but... So typically, structures, specifically, you know, villages and things, they generate before features, which are trees and stuff. Trees and grass and things. So... They, you know, roads, they match to the terrain. They kind of conform to the terrain, whereas houses are rigid. It means they don't conform to the terrain. They kind of fill in some terrain around them to make it a little bit smoother with the roads so that they don't, melt and fall apart. But the roads do melt. They do conform to the terrain, but they generate before trees. So this tree would have had to have generated before. I guess they do have these torches way off the beaten path. This tree might be part of the village, like part of the village structure. I didn't really know that was a thing, but that's pretty interesting. Even still, it's interesting that this road would still generate with it like that, with that block up there. But, oh well, that's enough gushing for now. It is getting late, so let's make sure we get back home before it gets dark. I think we'll try and go this way here, and then we'll try and get that refined copper bolt down with the sculk. Just out of curiosity, what's the next thing that we can buy? A steam drill is 5 bolts, so we're 3 away from that. We have all those. That's 8 bolts. That's the most expensive one. We'll probably do that last. Looks like hydraulic press is 3, steam engine is 4, so the hydraulic press is the next thing we'd be able to buy. Obviously, we don't have enough right now, but something to keep in mind. I think if we come in from here... Oh, hello. Oh, that is a strong punch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my plan for this refined copper bolt, it might take a few in-game days, but I think I'm going to do it all in this episode. So you'll see a little bit of montage as we progress through the steps. I think I'm going to build a bit of a staircase down, with the goal being that we sort of land on the copper bolt right at the bottom of the staircase. At a certain point, we're going to get close enough to trigger the sculk sensors and the sculk shriekers, and so at that point, I'm going to try and trigger them twice, and then quietly run away, sneak away, and leave for, a day, however long the cooldown takes on the shriekers and the warden summoning. And then I'll return and jump down, just like totally bolt in there, grab the bolt, pillar up. So we've gotten our staircase down into the pit. I've now triggered the sculk shriekers twice, so the next noise I make will summon a warden. We're going to avoid that, but I can see the bolt. I can see the little box it's in. So I'm going to leave now and come back after, a day or so, maybe not even. And hopefully by then, my next trigger won't summon the warden. We can jump down there, grab the bolt, and leave. While I was waiting for night to fall, I decided this would be a good time to fill in some of the creeper holes that have popped up around our house. I had to gather a little bit of dirt and do some additional landscaping around the front, but finally I got all of the holes filled in. At some point we still need to gather some lush blocks and use them to pretty up the space around the house, possibly even back here. I'm kind of leaving this open in case I want to put a build here, but I don't know what yet. Might depend a little bit on what the next few things that we buy are. But I'm excited to do a little bit of that beautification. I think at this point that might wait until next episode. So let's continue on with the quest for the sculk bolt. So first let's make sure the area up here is clear. We're not going to get jumped by anything. Think we're good. Okay, so we're going to very carefully jump down here while sneaking. And we're for sure going to trigger it once. We're going to aim for only once, if we're fast enough. Oh, what? Hold on. Okay, twice. 2 triggers. Nope, 3. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh gosh. I think it's just really, really loud. I think that it can't actually sense us from this distance. Oh, it's just like a really, practically global noise. Oh gosh, I really thought that was only 2 triggers. Oh boy. Okay. But we did it. We got the copper bolt, and in fact, we got a second one. When I mined the block above in the cage, a copper bolt popped out of that. I wonder if it's kind of like the chest back at the village, and just kind of sometimes when you do random actions, you get a copper bolt. Again, just adds to the fun of collecting these things. I don't even, if there wasn't a shop, I would still be having a lot of fun finding these copper bolts. They're so cute. But that is a total of 4 refined copper bolts we have now, which means we could not only buy the hydraulic press, we could instead buy the steam engine. But I do think I am going to go in order of price. So let's get our hydraulic press. It looks so cute in my hand. Oh my goodness. So this hydraulic press says it can be powered by redstone to compress blocks beneath it. So it sounds like this might be, okay, a placeable block. And it does have a button on it. So it says it can be powered by redstone, but let's... Okay. I'm pretty sure it changed that block into cobbled deep slate. I don't actually want to ruin this floor, so let's move this. Alright, so I've set up a bit of a basic, just kind of test area here behind the house to see how this hydraulic press works. So I think first off we're going to click, and okay, so it turned the cobbled deep slate into some emerald ore. So I guess when it compresses the blocks, it is basically just turning it into more and more base element, I guess. Let's mine this up. Get an emerald out of that. For interest's sake, let's try a cobbled deep slate again and press the button. Okay, so that does work as well, and this time we get gold. So it looks like cobbled deep slate gives us a random ore block. I brought a couple other blocks to try too and really see what this thing can do. So let's see, click, button. Okay, it doesn't look like it can compress wood. I suppose that makes sense. Oh, and of course we got a raw copper from using our axe, that's funny. How about mossy cobblestone? No. Just regular cobblestone? Okay, that gives us gravel. Do it again. Gives us copper. Okay. I did happen to bring some gravel, so let's try this. Iron. Copper. Copper, okay. So it seems like that also just kind of gives us a random ore, but it's the ore directly instead of a solid block. Does granite work the same way? No, it does not. Okay. I suppose the next thing to test would probably be like raw stone. Obviously we tested deep slate. I don't believe I have any raw tuff, but let me see. No, I turned them all into tough bricks. But that might be worth checking as well a little later. Let's try some sand too, actually, real quick. I hear a skeleton. Where the heck is it? Hello? There you are. There we go. Anyway, okay, let's try sand. Okay, that doesn't work either. So it seems to be primarily stone blocks, though it does turn some of them into gravel, which seems to be the last stage until we get some ore. So the next thing to test with this guy, I think, is some kind of a clock. I do have a fair amount of redstone, but I do need to turn it into some components. So let's move this. So let's see, we want the hydraulic press on here. And then we should be able to just do something really basic like this. A couple of repeaters. Some redstone. This and that. So the clock is working. This isn't what we'll do permanently. It's just something easy to put together for testing. But let's test out, make sure that this is working correctly. So we can do gravel, it hits, gravel, hits. Okay, great. I'm going to speed these up just a little bit. Here we go. Okay, cobblestone, gravel, copper, gravel, copper, gravel, copper. Iron, okay. Gold. So I'm thinking gravel, and by extension cobblestone, seems to only produce these raw ores. The raw iron, raw gold, raw copper. And then if we want more ores, such as emerald, then we can use deep slate, cobbled deep slate, to turn those into the solid ore blocks. And then we have to mine those ourselves. So a very interesting relationship here. I do think that it would be really cool to build at least like a stone generator, a cobblestone generator that feeds into the hydraulic press, and then have a clock that runs on that, and we just generate a whole bunch of gold, copper, and iron, just kind of continuously. I do think we'll build that separate from the house, because the sound of the hydraulic press as well as the pistons to push the cobblestone into it are just going to be really annoying when they're running 24/7. For now, we're going to pick this up, pick the rest of this up, and wait through the night, and wait for this storm to end, because, oh my gosh, is it loud. And look at that, another rainbow. I saw a zombie over here, let's take care of him real quick. Just the one? Think so. Hello. I love this rivet gauntlet. It's so strong. Alright, creeper. Stay back. It's actually pretty hard to aim with this thing. There we go. So this build doesn't need to be super big. I think we'll kind of put it a little bit over here. Again, just a little away from the house. We probably will still be able to hear it from here, but it shouldn't be too bad. And if I really need to, I can just turn down my block volume or something. Now, in terms of the design, I'm wondering, I think it would actually be really cool if we go and excavate the trail ruin today. And as we're doing so, taking the blocks that we like, the terracottas, I think there's usually stone bricks or something, or mud bricks rather, taking those and using those as our block palette for the build here. I think that sounds really cool. So I think that is where we'll start. So let's see, we need a feather and a copper ingot to make a brush along with a stick. So that'll let us dig up the suspicious gravel as well. So I'm really hoping that none of the trail ruin is under the water. They can be pretty big, but I think I'd be able to tell. Oh, actually, hold on. Is that suspicious gravel? No, I think that's regular gravel. So we're fine there. So yes, trail ruins are big enough that I think if it was under the water, I'd be able to tell. So I'm hoping that means that it isn't. But only one way to find out. Let's get excavating. So we've now excavated quite a bit of this tower here. We uncovered a few items from suspicious gravel, including a green candle, a brick, and some wheat. But of course, we've really only just begun. I do plan on mining most of these terracotta blocks and stuff, again, to use for our hydraulic press build. But I do sort of want to see how this structure ends up shaping up before we really start demolishing it. And of course, it is getting late, so we'll be bouncing back and forth between here and the house for a little bit. Well, it is raining again, so apologies for the noise. I can't believe how often we're getting rain in this series. We've now excavated a large portion of this lower section here, but it's clear there's still a lot more to this ruin. However, we've now gone through 2 iron shovels, and I think we have enough blocks exposed by now that we can make a lot of progress on building materials for our hydraulic press build. So, since we have this steampunk pickaxe, I think I will put that to use and mine up all these blocks here. Alright, another one. This is now the 3rd copper bolt that we've found while mining that popped out of a block. At first I wondered if this was just sort of a random event, sort of like the copper bolt that popped out of the chest of loot at the village. But now I'm starting to wonder if it is the steampunk pickaxe that's causing this, and then maybe if the steampunk axe can do it. Their descriptions don't say that they do that, but I guess it could be a secret. It's hard to say. Okay, I do believe that that is fine for now. We've gotten quite a lot of building blocks, particularly a lot of bricks. So if we need to come back for any of this terracotta, then we can after construction has begun. But first we need to really plan out what we're going to be building and how big it's going to be, and so on. Obviously we're going to want a cobblestone generator to feed into the hydraulic press. We'll need to go get some lava, but I'll probably do that after the build, just to be the final piece to activate it. Now, while digging out all of those building blocks, we found a total of 4 refined copper bolts that popped out of the blocks that we were mining. I'm assuming that this was because of the steampunk pickaxe. We've mined a fair amount with normal pickaxes up until now, but only now are we starting to mine up refined copper bolts, so unless we were just very unlucky before, it seems like the steampunk tools have the additional secret power of mining up refined copper bolts. This is super great for us, because now it means that we could buy the next item pretty much as soon as we're ready, or if we wanted, we could buy another mechanist and another hydraulic press. I think we'll wait and see if the hydraulic press is necessary. We'll look at how efficient the farm is initially, but in terms of buying another mechanist, that could be an option to get a steampunk shovel, which may be worth it if it can dig up refined copper bolts. And here we are, our completed hydraulic press farm. It isn't super fancy. I opted to go with a sort of open air design. I thought that worked better with the colors and blocks that we had available from the trail ruins, and kind of just makes it a little bit more true to their design. We've used some of the glazed terracotta here at the front, but in the back it just becomes bricks, because for one we didn't have a whole lot, and for two I think it works just fine. And we're also using bricks for the cobblestone generator here in the middle, which is of course the main feature. Right now we have a super simple clock. It isn't on right now. I have to place one last torch to start the machine. But I think once we have quartz from the nether, then we will put together a more sophisticated clock with probably hoppers and comparators, or possibly observers. We'll kind of see how that shakes out. I do hope to be able to expand this, assuming we have the copper bolts to buy more hydraulic presses if we feel we need them. But at least for now, this should work very well with the hydraulic press that we have. So let's go ahead and get that in place. And of course it got activated by the redstone right away, so we already have some gravel. Went ahead and got the lava and water already, so once I place this torch, I believe, yep, great. Oh, uh-oh. Looks like it's not quite fast enough. Let's, stop! Okay. So we'll need to probably put something here to kind of block the path. Probably just a tile entity, like a chest or a furnace or something. I think for now I'm just going to put this dropper here. I made it just in case. I thought I was going to end up using it, but the redstone didn't end up quite working out that way. So at least for now, it will just kind of serve to block the path of the cobblestone here. So that should get things working as expected. Get that torch back in place. So it's not incredibly fast. We are getting, of course, I would say it's like reasonably fast for the, amount of different kinds of ores that it provides. Again, I think we'll be able to upgrade this better when we have quartz, when we have nether quartz, to be able to make more sophisticated redstone components. But at least for now, I think this should be fine. You can see we're getting considerably more copper than we are iron and gold. So clearly they have some weights going on. Let's go back to the house and make sure. It seems like, oh, even from over here, we can't hear it at all. So that's really good. So we can just kind of let that run on autopilot. And then while we're in our house and off doing other stuff, we don't have to worry about being able to hear the pistons going off. So that's really good. By the way, if you're enjoying the series, please remember to subscribe and consider checking out my Patreon with the card in the top right or the link in the description, where you can download exclusive data packs that I use in my videos. We do have enough copper bolts to buy another item from our shop down here, but before we do that, I think I do want to get an enchanting table set up. We have the steampunk axe and steampunk pickaxe, which we've used a fair bit of, and I'd like to at least give them unbreaking and hopefully some other enchantments too, assuming that they're able to be enchanted. This will be especially useful if we decide to buy another mechanist and get a steampunk shovel, assuming that that exists, because then we can enchant that as well. Now, I have been trying to maintain my sugarcane farm, so we have a fair amount here, just about enough to be able to craft a full set of bookshelves. But what we are lacking in is leather. So I think we're going to try and hunt down some cows to get some leather from, but I think at the same time, I'm not actually sure if leather worker villagers can sell leather or just leather items, but I think that's worth a try as well. So let's make our way back to the village. Keep an eye out for any cows that might be around here. We've got another brown sheep. That's actually the second brown sheep we found in these woods. I wonder if they're more common in Dark Oak Woods? I didn't think so. Some normal sheep as well. Okay, so we'll want to find a villager that does not have a job yet. We can also spend this time and go get the sugar cane that is growing in the area. A couple of villagers over here. Maybe we'll stick a cauldron here for them to both get out of and also hopefully set their job site at. We'll give them a minute to think about it. The other thing we can do while we're here, while I was editing the last video, I noticed that there was a copper bolt that I looked almost directly at, but just for a split second and completely missed. That's over on the other side of the village, so I think we will go and grab that as well. Oh, a whole nother villager has joined these ones in the trough. We do have a leather worker. Doesn't look like he's selling leather, just leather items, as expected. That's funny, we got a raw copper out of that. So we will try again here. No, looks like they only sell leather items, not the actual leather. Well, I'm going to take this then. And we'll just have to hunt down some cows, I think. Oh, here's one right now. Nice, but no leather. Okay, so I think the copper bolt was over this way? Yeah, because this is where we found the dirt in the tree, yes. So past the edge of the village over in this direction. Yep, there it is. This one doesn't appear to have any indication on the surface, so definitely would have been hard to find without our inventor's goggles. These are so cute. Alright. So let's see, the house is that way. I think, again, it's not super tall, so we don't want to stray too far as we hunt down some cows. Let's grab the sugar cane. Now, of course, technically the possible... Oh! Copper bolt. Might as well. Cute! Just dancing here on the surface. Not hidden at all. I love it. So obviously that is another copper bolt way over there. Unless there's any cows, I don't think I'm going to go over there right now, but we'll have to remember that this is here. I think the cows would render at this distance, but maybe not. We'll just have to remember that's there. I don't think it's worth going and swimming across over there right now. It's not really our goal to get copper bolts. We'll grab any incidental ones, but at least for right now we have quite a few. It is getting late, so I think we'll make our way back in the direction of the house. Oh, it is pretty tall. We can actually see it from here. Well, since we've been out exploring all day, let's see what the yield is here. Holy cow! That is a lot of copper. Good amount of iron. Gosh. We don't have an immediate need for it right now, so I'm not going to start smelting it at the moment. We only have so much coal, after all. Let's see, I think I might try going this way. There's the village, our house, pig, several pigs. Aha! Back towards the village. Aha! More cow. There's some leather. Oh, there's some more. Okay, I just didn't explore the whole village, I guess. Oh, another copper bolt. Conveniently in the direction that we're searching. Another copper bolt. Might as well grab it. Oh, we're back. Getting close to the area that we checked the first time. Ooh, a ruined portal. Holy cow. This ruined portal is completable. Wow. Ooh, ow. Pretty decent loot. Let's open or grab that. I'll grab that gold block there as well. Well, let's see. This is in theory very easy to find again. I think I'll go ahead and complete this portal rather than move it, just because it's going to take too long. We'll grab this corner piece as well. Bloop, bloop. Great. All right. So yeah, we'll come back to the, go in there, go to the nether, and then Hoglins might be an easier source of leather if we are near a crimson forest. All right, let's grab that. There isn't actually any lava here, which is a little disappointing. I would have liked to take some. but hopefully we'll be able to grab some in the nether. Let's see what it's got to offer. Awesome, so we did end up in a Crimson Forest. So hopefully that'll make it easy to find some hoglins. Excellent. Oh, unfortunately we have also found piglins. Okay, so getting surrounded is not preferable, but we did find a hoglin and it did drop a leather. So if we can find some more, I think this will be an effective strategy. And while we're here, of course, we can also see if we're going to be near a nether fortress or anything like that. And we can get some quartz as well for our hydraulic press farm. I don't want to get too distracted from the goal, though. Finding hoglins is the #1 priority, I think. Though there don't really seem to be a whole lot nearby. My goodness. Piglin. Hey, who's blocking? Some glowstone while we're at it, I guess. I'm realizing we do have that farm. If I grab some lava, I wonder if it'd be even better. Well, there's some hoglins there. I'll kill them real quick, but if we grab some lava, we can smelt up the gold that the hydraulic press farm is generating and barter with some piglins, and hopefully that will give us a lot of leather. Oh no, another witch. Okay, we're in danger now. Okay, we're near the house. We'll get to sleep. We'll start smelting up some gold. So the smart thing to do is to make a blast furnace first. We have some iron for that. And I think we'll make a hopper as well, just to help feed into the blast furnace. Okay, blast furnace acquired. I think we'll place that right there. Get the hopper on top of it. I'm gonna put the lava in there right away. And let's go grab some of the ore. Still going, that's good. Oh yeah, lots of gold. Primarily lots of copper. Might actually take all this copper and compress it. So we'll get the gold up in there. That'll start feeding in there, of course. There we go, just a more efficient storage space. Okay, and once we have enough gold, I'll make some golden boots. We'll head back to the nether, capture some piglins, and barter with them. Now, notably, we also only have the 1 diamond, so I think really quickly while that gold is smelting, I'm gonna head down and try to find one more. I suspect that shouldn't be too hard, just a bit of a trek. These vines are growing in a very convenient way. Okay, so we want to come back this way to get into the larger cave. And then it does go deeper down there where we should be able to find diamonds a bit more easily. So let's see, just hunting diamond right now. Oh, and there's one right there, awesome. Technically we just need the 1, but if there are any other obvious ones, I think we'll grab that too. There's also some lava here I think I'll grab. There's one, excellent. Not too hard to get to. Holy cow, there's a lot of tropical fish in here. Oh, and some more down there, nice. Might as well grab the lapis too, since we're going to be enchanting. Okay, and I think that's probably sufficient for now. Oh boy, going to be dangerous to get out of here. There we go. Oh, it's raining again. Hopefully it's almost night. We can skip this. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you would be okay with me turning off the weather for these series, because gosh is it annoying. But now we have tons of gold, so we'll go ahead and craft some golden boots and make our way back to the nether to trade with some piglins. Okay, so we've got several piglins in the area. Let's make them a little pit here. Unfortunately, they're a little bit scared of the zombie piglins. Some more over here. They are struggling. Oh, hold on. There's a sparkly zombified piglin. That is exciting and a little bit scary, I think. Please go in the pit. Okay, 1 piglin down there. Some more on the way. If I could get 1 more in here, that would be really great. Okay, 24 leather I think should be plenty, along with the 10 we have back at the house. It is nighttime, so we'll have to be careful going back. Okay, it's morning now. We're cooking up the pork chops that we got from the hoglins, which we killed with the rivet gauntlet, so unfortunately they did not get steamed. But once we have that, we should be in a good position to be able to start on the enchanting setup. So it turns out we only had enough leather for 11 bookshelves, which is not enough for a full enchanting setup. However, we also don't have 30 plus levels yet, so it's not like we could take full advantage of a full enchanting setup anyway. That's probably something we'll plan on doing early next episode. While chopping down the spruce tree for the walls of this third floor, we did find 2 refined copper bolts thanks to our steampunk axe, so we now have tons of bolts to spend in the secret shop next episode. In terms of what we're working with here, I went with sort of a curved or C, maybe not quite a C-shaped floor here. Keeping with the oak plank floor, I think that works nice, but I also like this changing wood type for the walls every level. We also did some cool, almost like attic-like roof going on here, so we can see the slope of the roof in the room here. But there is space on top to add a 4th floor that could be like a tower or something, bit of a smaller room. We'll see if we want to add to that and what that'll look like. Taking a look at it from outside, the front is a little bit unassuming because we do have this sort of sloped roof where the enchanting table is, but I added a window out from that roof as well to add just a little bit of depth to that side. These corner sections are probably the most interesting, and then we do have kind of these lowered walls here where the sloped roof slopes down and covers them. From the back though is where I think it looks the nicest. We have the biggest window that sort of goes into the enchanting table, though of course you can't see it from here, and it has the least obstruction for the other windows as well. Also added the supporting logs, but there are much fewer of those on this 3rd floor than there were on the 2nd or 1st, which I think makes sense, but I'm not super pleased with, so that's probably something we'll look at for the 4th floor if and when we add one. I hope to complete the enchanting table setup and get enough levels to actually start enchanting, but more importantly, I also want to purchase this steam engine and ideally one more item. We've racked up quite a few refined copper bolts now, and I've been a little bit conservative lately, so I think I'm going to splurge today. Let's begin by purchasing the steam engine. This looks so cool, all the pipes sticking out of it. I'm excited to see what this does. The steam engine says it is fueled by placing water on top of it. It doesn't require any other fuel and smelts much faster than normal. So that makes it sound like this is a furnace, which it definitely looks like. Let's place it down and see how that looks. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, and then inside, okay, just a normal furnace setup looks like, okay. I don't have any water on me, so let's mine this up and then we will see how it works. Suck up some water over here. Also think I'll go ahead and just continue maintaining my sugarcane farm so that we can craft the bookshelves that we need as soon as we have the leather. Okay, so just for interest's sake, let's place this down and we'll put some water on top. Okay, awesome. It looks like it's on. We do have the fire there and some really cool particles coming out of it. That's really neat. We've got a stack of iron here, so let's slot that in and see how that goes. Okay, we can see here, it looks like when it starts smelting, it starts like almost halfway, maybe even more than halfway through the arrow. So yeah, this is incredibly fast. I guess I'll let that continue for now. This obviously isn't where it's going to stay, but we'll see how long that water lasts and see how many, items we get out of it. While we're waiting, I'll actually craft up a hopper and we'll see if we're able to feed into this. So putting the iron in here, that doesn't seem to do it. That makes sense. So just like a normal furnace. I don't know if the back will work. No, okay. So it seems like just like a normal furnace, to feed into it, we actually have to put the hopper on top, which of course we can do, it works. But if we do that, then we can't give it the water. Oh, it looks like it stopped. And that gave us 20 iron ingots. So that's pretty good. It just takes one, bucket of water. It doesn't even obviously consume the bucket. for 20 smelts. Obviously not as good as lava, but pretty decent, especially for being essentially free. The problem is because we can't put the hopper on top of it and fuel it, we can't automate it. But I still think that's pretty good, and we could probably, let's pick this up. Oh, looks like we have a pillager patrol over there. Just the one guy, but his captain can't be too far off, I would imagine. Yeah, I think we'll just let them pass on their own. So I'm just gonna set up like a little basic area right here. Place some dirt, just temporary. So we'll put the steam engine right there, and then get some water up here. Okay, so yes, it does look like it needs a full source block to be on top for it to actually consume it. So I'm gonna actually put this here, and then if we do that there, okay, so yeah, it makes a infinite water source as normal, and then that starts to feed the steam engine. And it looks like that does work completely normally. It won't consume it again, looks like, since it's already going. So we could put some raw iron in there, and in theory, that should just keep running. We'll leave this running as is for now, because we are running a little bit low on iron ingots, but I think we'll definitely want to build a proper home for this. Before we start planning though, let's go down to the shop and see what we want to buy next. So we have 8 copper bowls, so we could buy the mob grinder, that is 6. The steam golem core is 8, we have enough for that now. And then the last thing is a steam drill for 5. We have enough bolts to buy any of the remaining items now, but I think because of that, I am still going to go in order. So that means the next thing is the steam drill. This thing looks small, but I have a feeling it's going to pack a punch. So this says when placed can be fueled with water. While fueled, right-click to pilot, and then hit to disengage, whatever that means. So it sounds like this also is a placeable block. Let's set it down here, just to see what it... Oh, big boy. Okay, so it might not be a placeable block necessarily. We've got a barrel here. Okay, so right-clicking it looks like puts me on top of it. I'm riding it. Oh. Hello, sir. You stay over there, and I'll stay over here. So we have this barrel back here. I can hit to disengage. Okay, so it just drops it, I see. So it says can be fueled with water, probably pretty similar to this steam engine, although this isn't a block, so I'm not entirely certain how. Let's grab a water real quick and place it down. So if I right-click it with the water bucket, it doesn't seem to have done anything. I just got in it like normal. What if we click the barrel? Ah, yes, that seems to have done it. That is actually kind of loud. I just turned down my block volume, but even that's still a little loud. Yep, the noise is perhaps a little bit much. But regardless, let's go down. This is a drill. Presumably it's used for mining. So let's go down into a cave and really see how this works. So we'll make our way down to somewhere relatively safe. Oh, well, I thought anywhere was going to be relatively safe, but this is immediately dangerous. Whew! Okay, crisis averted for now. So we already have this little section here, so let's place this down. Okay, and it looks like it always rotates so the barrel is facing me. That's kind of nice. So if we hop in, place the water in. Oh, looks like we can't do it while we're riding it. There we go. Oh boy. Okay. This is so cool. Look at it go. Oh, running into a cave. Looks like it does obey gravity. We've fallen a little bit. Okay, and it stopped. So it can't go through gravel. Let's break that. So it can't go through gravel. It didn't mind the clay back there either, so it looks like it can only drill through stone, which makes sense. Ooh, some iron back here. Not that we need it, we have an iron generator. And just from those few seconds, we got over 5 stacks of cobblestone, plus the iron that we mined up. This is going to be really nice for mining, and especially for resource collection. Let's go back up and check on the steam engine. Okay, so it's still running, and it has gone through all of that iron. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started with some more. We'll go ahead and grab from our hydraulic press farm. Very nice. Well, let's see, we'll grab raw iron out of that, drop it in here. Now, importantly, when we set up the build for this, we can put a hopper underneath it still, and that'll provide a little bit of automation. But ultimately, we're always going to have to put the items that we want smelted into it manually. What I'm thinking right now, though, I'm going to clean up my inventory a little bit, craft a chest, and then I think we're going to go down and mine for some diamonds. At the same time, of course, we'll be at deep slate level, so we'll get tons of deep slate thanks to our steam engine. And I'm hoping if the steam drill gives XP when it mines the ores, then by the end of this trip, I would like enough diamonds to craft a full set of armor and be able to enchant it. We'll see if that's actually able to become a reality, though. And we want to go down to deep slate level. Ow. Ooh! Danger, my gosh. Came out of nowhere. And more importantly, diamond level. So let's see, we found some diamonds there and almost straight ahead over there, but we're not actually that far below the stone level. So I think we actually want to try to go deeper if we can. Oh, a copper bolt. Wow, this is deep. I didn't know they could spawn this deep. That's so cool. Well, that's on sort of the way that we're going anyway, so let's head down there. Oh, a dungeon. Oh, a creeper dungeon. What? Oh, that's so mean. Okay. All right. How best to deal with this? Well, we do have water. I'm going to make a little water source up here real quick. I know there's tons not like 20 feet from me, but... Okay, so let's do this. And then... we should be pretty okay. Well, actually, let's just literally grab the bolt. Oh, and the water's pushing them all away. Oh, that wasn't even my plan. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to break the spawner. I don't have any need to make a gunpowder farm. Oh my gosh, there's so many creepers. Oh. No! Oh, because it's in water. Duh. Alright, that's fine. Cool. Let's see what loot we've got. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that, I guess. Free bucket. And this one... fine. We're just gonna throw out the bones and rotten flesh, I think. Okay, so let's continue finding a good level to begin drilling. Got some mobs over there, gotta contend with. Ah, too far. Okay, looks like we are going deeper, that's good. Ha ha ha, direct hit. Okay, that's fair. So let's see. We're now getting pretty deep. I hear some lava as well when we're near... Okay, so we're right near lava level, which is the optimal place to be mining for diamonds. Now, of course, the risk of using the steam drill around this area is that if it ends up drilling into a cave and we fall, we could fall directly into lava and we lose both our life, our items, and the steam drill. So we're going to want to pick a height that's perhaps less optimal for diamonds, but more optimal for not dying. Right around here, I feel like makes sense. So let's place this down. We're going to make a little area here, a little safe zone. Put a chest here, torches, and we'll put all our junk in there that we got from the dungeon. Okay, so we should be able to advance this way. I'm sure this will be a little bit of montage, so enjoy. Okay, so it still had some charge left in it, but our steam drill was able to mine us very, very far. We got tons of cobbled deep slate, tuff. We did end up finding a small vein of diamonds. And clearly there's just tons of blocks left. But most importantly, we spotted a copper bolt. So it appears to just be in this obsidian box, presumably. The steam drill evidently cannot mine through this. But fortunately, our steampunk pickaxe seems to be as good as diamond. Here we go. All right, awesome. Pretty cool that there's, all kinds of different ways that these copper bolts can be protected underground. We got the dungeon. Of course, there was the Skulk Shriekers back up above, and now this obsidian box. I think I'm going to go back to the chest that we had at the start real quick. Also mine up any redstone I find along the way for experience. But I want to put back some of this stuff so that we can collect even more items. Oh, some diamonds. And tons of mobs. Hello. Oh, more diamonds. Okay. So many creepers. Oh my gosh. I don't want to go over there, but there's diamonds over there. Okay, let's grab this first. Skeleton. My gosh. So got those diamonds. Some redstone here. I'll grab that too. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah. Okay. Cool. Got a copper bolt out of that too. Lovely. Some more redstone. I don't really care about the gold. So yeah, there's more diamonds and redstone over there. I do want to grab that real quick. Let me just light this area up really briefly. Okay, but we got to clear these creepers. Grab these diamonds. I'm not going to worry about that redstone, but I will get this redstone. So let's come back this way. Not too bad of a haul in terms of blocks so far, and we did find some diamonds. Put this redstone away as well. Now, we still don't have enough diamonds for a full set of diamond armor, so I think we will resume drilling. Let's set this down. Fire it up. Go! Whew, that could have been really bad. We fell through our shaft here, ended up in a dripstone cave, seems like. Suppose we might as well check it out, see if there's any diamonds that are immediately exposed. Oh, look at that. In the last series, we gathered some dripstone so that we could have a lava farm to fuel our furnaces so we could smelt things. But obviously here we have the steam engine, and water is actually a better source of fuel. Oh, I just realized we're level 30 now as well. Great. So now we just need enough diamonds to make the diamond armor. Of course, more levels will be good so that we can enchant all of our armor. Oh boy, this was a long mine shaft. Wow. And we found, like, one ore. We found this redstone and this lapis, which we couldn't even mine. Okay, once again, a very nice haul of blocks. I think we'll definitely take as much of this up as we can. We didn't find a ton of diamonds though. I don't remember how many I had already back at the house. I brought one down here to kind of leave the inventory slot open. I don't remember how many I left. Though we might not make a helmet since we have the inventor's goggles. I do think I'll mine up this redstone real quick. Okay, well I think for now I'm gonna empty out what I can and bring it back up to the house. I think maybe we'll start planning our build for the steam engine at that point, and then we'll see if we want to come back down here and gather the remaining diamonds that we might need for our armor. You know, the other thing we should do, it's nighttime once again. This, I'm pretty sure, is pretty lined up with the shop. I wonder if we should use the steam drill to dig a tunnel from the shop over to here. And then from there, we'll just make a very simple water elevator to get into the shaft if it's too high, which I assume it will be. We're in a pretty deep pit here. Now, as expected, we only have 14 diamonds, so we would need 5 more in order to craft a full set of diamond armor, minus the helmet, since we have these goggles. Naturally, there's no point in crafting any diamond tools, since we have this rivet gauntlet, which is better than a diamond sword, and the steampunk tools appear to be diamond level. We are also level 30, and we should be able to use the steam engine to generate some experience pretty quickly. However, we don't have a full enchanting setup, so we're going to need some more leather. For that, I think probably we'll end up going back to the nether with the gold that we smelt, so that we can barter with piglins. I think I'm going to use a mixture of deep slate and stone bricks for our steam engine build, so I'm going to start smelting up some cobblestone while I'm planning. And here we are, the build is completed. We still need to add the steam engine into it and also place the water inside the tank up here. So let's get that set up and then I will show you around. So I had a hopper under here for planning purposes, but I've gone ahead and removed it because I want, like I said, to be able to get some more experience from some of the smelting that we do until we get to a good point, and then I'll put the hopper back in. Whoop! Well, okay, meant to just mine up the cobblestone, but I guess we get a copper bolt out of that. Anyway, so I included some space here to add up to 4 more steam engines in case we get enough copper bolts to add some more, which if we keep getting them for mining up random bits of cobblestone, I think won't be very hard. And that'll allow us to have multiple things smelting at once to sort of make up for the fact that we can't automate it with hoppers on top, since that's where the water fuels it. In terms of the actual build construction, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, just kind of a big old box. I used deep slate and cracked deep slate, as well as stone bricks, cracked stone bricks. And then we have tough bricks mixed with polished tough for the ceiling, as well as deep slate and cracked deep slate tiles for the floor. Now, building this actually took a little bit more work than I was expecting. Of course, I had to craft up all of the deep slate and stone and tough blocks into their respective brick types in the stone cutter, but I also had to smelt some of them into the cracked stone brick variants, as well as smelt up some glass. I did those in a normal furnace because the steam engine was being used to smelt up the tons of copper that we need for these copper blocks. Technically, I could have used a lot less by using cut copper instead of whole copper blocks, since you can stone cut a normal copper block into 4 blocks of cut copper. But I wanted the look of these whole copper blocks for this exterior portion, so it took a little bit more time. Fortunately, we had tons of copper because of the hydraulic press farm, which actually ended up overflowing for a little bit. So I had to come in and clean all of that up, and I ended up leaving these barrels here to store the compressed versions of all of the block. So we can see in here we have tons of blocks of raw copper, fair amount of iron, and even some gold. So this should give us a lot more room as the hydraulic press farm just continues to operate. At a certain point, I'm sure we'll probably turn it off by taking away one of these redstone torches, turn off the clock. But at least for now, it is manageable. I would say once we get a couple of stacks of blocks of raw gold, that is when we go ahead and call it quits. So with that all completed, we're actually going to go ahead and start smelting up the gold. And we'll just kind of do it like this for now and come and check on it every few minutes. Now at this point, we have 7 refined copper bolts stored up. Rather than save them for some more structures, since it seems like we're now at a point where we can find many refined copper bolts relatively easily, I'm actually going to go ahead and first buy a new mechanist to hopefully get a steampunk shovel out of, as well as an additional hydraulic press for some secret plans that I have coming up. So let's go ahead and get another mechanist, as well as a hydraulic press. There we go. Now I feel like a collector. So the mechanist is going to go right here, and we're going to see... We did not get a steampunk shovel trade, but we do have a steampunk sword that confirms that we have one of those. It says, killed mobs have a chance to drop copper ingots. It is possible this steampunk sword will also produce refined copper bolts occasionally, but I think it is weaker than our rivet gauntlet, and I don't really want to have 2 melee weapons on hand. We do have 2 refined copper bolts left, but I think since those are our last 2, I'll wait till next episode to decide if I want to buy a 3rd mechanist or not. I do have plans for this hydraulic press though. So for now what we're going to do, I'm going to put this hydraulic press right here. I'm going to move this dropper right here, get another brick and another redstone right here to trigger this hydraulic press. And we're going to spam some cobbled deep slate here, put that in my offhand. My hope is that since the cobbled deep slate seems to be able to produce normal ore blocks, including emerald ore, that we might be able to get diamonds out of this, and that'll let us get the last few diamonds that we need to finish a full set of diamond armor. Again, minus the helmet. So let's see if we can get this to work. So we actually got pretty lucky, and that gave us all 5 of the diamonds that we need. Which means now that we have that, I think what I'm going to do is put this hopper right here. So now with that hopper there, this can run as it was doing. We still have the dropper here just in case, but now it's not necessarily going to increase our output, but it is going to make it just a little bit more efficient for the speed that we are operating at. Because before what was happening is half the time the piston was trying to push the block, there wasn't one being pushed. It couldn't because the dropper was in the way. Now it's able to push every single time that there's cobblestone, and every single time we are turning that gravel into an output. Sometimes this is doing it, sometimes this is doing it, but ultimately I think that's just going to be better. Oh, we actually got another diamond out of that, cool. But now we have enough diamonds to craft our full set of diamond armor. Plus 1 left over. Actually looks kind of snazzy with the inventor's goggles. I don't know, they kind of work. So now we have our diamond armor. We have 35 levels, probably want a couple more, which our steam engine is working on. But we still don't have the full enchanting setup. So with the gold that our steam engine has smelted up, I think it's time to go to the nether and trade with some piglins. Part of me would like to make a portal closer to the house or at the house, but since we know that this one drops off in a crimson forest anyway, I think I'm just going to stick with it. Alright, once again into the nether. Now let's see. Okay, cool. That's very fortunate. Our 2 piglins are still down there, and we might be able to attract a few more. Let's get you guys trading. Hey guys, come here. It's okay. Yep, come here. Good. Okay, get these down there. Okay, the lads are hard at work bartering. I think I'm going to real quick make a chest with some of the crimson stems that's around here, just so we can store all of the garbage items that they're giving us. Now, of course, I think we're going to need to hide the chest so that they don't get mad at me, or other piglins don't get mad at me. I think we'll do something like this. Here we go. It's a little bit silly, but I think in here they won't be able to see us, and that should be enough to keep them from aggroing on us when we try to store our items. It sounds like they might have finished. Did you guys get through it all? Wow. Not sure if we grabbed everything. Our inventory's full, but we got 40 whole leather. Holy cow. We should have done this a long time ago. Oh my gosh. That was only like just under 2 stacks of gold. That's awesome. Let's put the rest of this junk away, and then we'll decide what we're taking back. Certainly the obsidian, I suppose the crying obsidian, take the quartz, and the ender pearls. I have enough room in my inventory, but everything else can stay. Let's go back to the overworld. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Tons of creepers, tons of mobs. Leave me alone. Okay, home safe. Let's get to sleep, and we'll get some bookshelves crafted. And let's see, I think I like having the hall here kind of open, although these rooms are not yet filled. So I think we'll go ahead and put these 2 bookshelves here and here. That should be enough. Let's test it out. Yep, we can get to level 30 and we can start enchanting stuff. Now I do think I want to do the pickaxe first, so let's go ahead and give that the efficiency. Oh my gosh, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, oh my gosh. Let's take a look at some armor next. What can the chestplate get? Fire protection 3. Protection 3, that's probably the one we'll do. Protection 3. Let's do the boots while we can. Okay, unbreaking 3. I was hoping for feather falling, but that's okay. And at this point, we are below level 30. So let's continue working on the steam engine to keep us above level 30 so we can keep enchanting these things. Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, not bad at all. And you know what, now that we don't need to barter with piglins, let's go ahead and smelt up some iron as well. Now of course it's raining again. Something else we can do is make the tunnel from our house over to our mining pit. I don't necessarily want to bust down this wall here, so I think we're gonna continue going back through here now that we have the tools to do so. And let's dig out just a small area to set the drill into, make sure we're gonna have somewhere to land. Okay, we can put the drill right there. Pretty sure it's that way. So we'll fire this up and be on our way. Good, now we have a tunnel over to the mining pit. I think we will go ahead and make just kind of a doorway here. And we'll want to light up this tunnel, of course. Since I have night vision, it's always hard to remember to place torches and things to keep us safe from mobs. But I think that'll be sufficient. I'll do one more to be safe. Excellent. And now we have a nice little tunnel over to the mine. But now with the rain stopped and morning time upon us, let's see how the steam engine is doing. There we go. Okay. Let's see what enchantment we can get on our chest plate. Blast protection 4 again. I think that's fine. That's all that we get, but better than nothing. So, taking a look at our surroundings, we do know that there's at least one copper bolt off in that direction in a mushroom circle. But we've done quite a lot of exploring of these old growth taigas and the normal taigas beyond them, and so I kind of want a bit of a change of scenery. We've also explored over in that direction, mostly for cows, but we didn't see any other refined copper bolts there either. So I think I may want to go in that direction, which we really have hardly explored. We may go a little bit beyond the Dark Oak Forest where it ends, and just see if we can find the remaining copper bolts that we need for our next purchase. Before we set out, I think we'll just double check on our steam engine, keep on smelting that iron, and then make sure we're clear of creepers. Okay, just put this iron away and then we will head out. Okay, looks like we have a golden armored guy. Ooh, a sparkly zombie with full golden armor. Wow, we must be getting pretty high difficulties here. Nice. Yeah, I've mentioned before, I'm playing on normal difficulty, so it's actually pretty uncommon to get armored mobs like that, especially fully armored zombies like that. Which must mean that the local difficulty of this area is increasing, which would make sense. I've been here for a while. But great, so that's one of the copper bolts that we need. So we'll just continue on this way and hope that we find some more. Oh, this is not super conducive to travel. Again, we've only seen a small handful of different types of mobs be sparkly. I'm really curious to see if there will be any more. Oh, and speaking of which, here's another sparkly pig. Yeah, I'm really curious if other mobs can be sparkly, because we really are only seeing pigs, zombies, and zombified piglins. There we go. I've said it before, but this Rivet Gauntlet is just really nice, especially for those sparkly mobs that have extra health. So with only one copper bolt left to find, should be pretty easy. Just gotta keep an eye on the horizon, both for evidently sparkly mobs, and also just the outline of any copper bolts that might be hidden. Oh, like one right there. Great. Oh, it's just kind of like floating on the surface. That's very interesting. Floating not even on the surface, just kind of in this ravine. Interesting. All right, we're gonna have to jump for it, I think. What? All right, that was a fun one. Okay, yes, let's get out of this ravine and back home. Oh, there's another copper bolt over here. Sweet. We didn't even go that far off track. I'm surprised I missed it before. Looks like it's inside this tree. That's pretty cool. Chop that down. Nice. Cute. Kind of like a little fairy tree. I like it. All right, home sweet home. All right, 6 of our 7 refined copper bolts. Let's get a mob grinder. So this says when placed, can be fueled with water. While fueled, kills any mobs on top of it, and click the button to disengage. So it works pretty similarly to the steam drill and steam engine, it seems. Placeable block, doesn't appear to be a vehicle at all. Yeah, definitely stationary. We've got a barrel just like the steam drill to fuel it, and then it looks like we can't hit it like the steam drill, so we have a button to break it. Okay, well I don't have any water, so let's go get some, and then we'll need to find a mob to test this on. We are in a dark forest, so there could be some out and about, but I think it might be best to go down into the cave. So let's see, we've got a creeper down there. This isn't a very flat area, not a great place to be using the mop grinder. Hello. That's fine. Got some zombies. Okay, let's see if we can place this down and charge it up. Oh, come on. Where are you going? Get over here. Somebody else around, right? Great. Okay, he barely touched it. So very cool, we've got a bit of a sound effect and these particles as well, the steam of course coming out of it. Curious to see how long it lasts, but let's see if we can lure another zombie down here. Hello, sir. That's right, walk right onto my trap. Awesome. Oh, and that's interesting, so he died over there, way over there. But the rotten flesh and experience, I think, I was able to pick it up super easily. I wonder if it teleports it over to me. It's pretty great. Okay, well this still has some charge in it, but I'm tempted to pick it up here. This obviously isn't going to be the best place to use it. It's clearly most suited to some kind of mob farm. I kind of wish we didn't break that creeper spawner back where we found that copper bolt. But I think that's okay, because I have a pretty good idea of where I'd want to use this. Let's head back through our tunnel that we mined with the steam drill, and back inside our shop. So, the mob grinder seems to be best suited for some kind of a mob farm, preferably with spawners, but I guess we could build like a mob farm in the sky. However, I think instead, I'm going to take this to the nether and see if we can find a nether fortress to be able to set this up at. If we could set up some sort of a blaze farm, or even just a wither skeleton farm, I think that would be really, really useful, if only for experience. And I think one of the best ways to find a nether fortress is going to be bringing the steam drill in case we need to dig through any large sections of netherrack. Another problem that we face in the nether is that we can't set up an infinite water source to fuel either the steam drill or the mob grinder. So I think what I'm going to do is craft a bunch of buckets and a barrel, set up an infinite water source at our nether portal, and then just fill up a whole bunch of buckets and store them in a barrel near the mob grinder so we can make sure it can stay fueled the entire time we want to be operating it. We'll go to sleep and then prepare to head over to the nether portal. And of course we'll need some water to be able to set up the water source with. Whoop! Hiding behind a tree. Okay, made it to our nether portal, so now we just need to set up a water source. I guess I'll put it here, although I mined up a little more than I wanted. Alright, so I'm going to toss some of this junk that we don't really need, and I think I'm going to partially fill this up with buckets. I don't want a completely full inventory so we can collect some of the blocks that we mine up while we're drilling, but that should be enough to operate the steam drill and at least begin operating the mob grinder once we get to a nether fortress. Fingers crossed on that one. Alright, let's head into the nether. Now I did neglect to bring my golden boots, so hopefully we don't run into any normal piglins that want to cause me some trouble. I'll also take care of this hoglin. Alright, now looking around, thinking strategically, we want to be searching for a nether fortress. We can't see one off in that direction, which doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but it's going to be a little bit more challenging to reach it probably due to that lava lake down there, and it's just in a soul sand valley, so I think that's a less ideal place to be traveling. The best way to travel without a doubt is going to be our steam drill, which pretty much limits our easily traversable directions to this way and that way, I think. Since that way is also a gap and also seems to be at least partly a soul sand valley. Now, if we travel over here and try not to invoke the wrath of this ghast. Oh, okay, we are going to invoke the wrath of the ghast. I think he's floated away by now. Alright. Now, if we travel over this way just a little bit, we see that off in that direction is a basalt delta, and I think odds are pretty good that it's going to stretch over that way too. Which is going to be not ideal because those tend to be a lot more open, and we could end up falling into lava, which I don't want to do with the steam drill when we might not be able to react as quickly. So at least to start off, I'm going to start traveling this way. And at least see if we have a nice wall to pierce into. Okay, this looks pretty good. Yeah, very solid wall. Doesn't appear to be a whole lot more to it. We've got some normal caves and ravines down there, but I think the terrain's going to be pretty thick here for a bit. So ideal location to mine into. Let's set up our steam drill, charge it up, and get moving. So I was mining this tunnel and ended up breaking through to this area here. Oh, hello, Piglin. And ended up breaking into this open area here. So since the steam drill still had some charge in it, I decided to turn off in this direction and just, continue through the solid rock. And we happened upon some ancient debris. Now, I was under the impression that ancient debris only spawned pretty much below the lava lakes, near bedrock level, and then a little bit more rarely way up above near the bedrock roof, above this sort of ceiling of netherrack here. So this doesn't seem like the right place for it, but evidently I must have been wrong. So let's go ahead and grab some ancient debris. That's awesome. I don't know if we'll actually end up being able to use it, but it's pretty neat to have found it. So I ended up, of course, breaking the steam drill so I could, talk and gather up that ancient debris. But let's go ahead and break out in here. Oh, well, that was easy. I was gonna say and take a look around and see if we can spot another fortress, but it's just right there. Well, cool. Well, let's hop up here and see if we can get to it pretty easily. So over that whole section is over a lava lake, so not super accessible. Looking over here, it looks like the bridges do extend and get pretty close to the ground over here. So we should be able to get over there pretty easily. Oh, we got some blazes already. Yeah, he's gonna be able to see us. Let's take care of him real quick. Okay, so now it's a matter of figuring out where and how we want to implement our mob grinder. So in theory, a blaze spawner is going to be the most consistent source of mobs for it. However, they're going to be unlikely to actually pathfind onto it. So unless the mob grinder does work if we place it like on top or just below the blaze spawner, that might be a little bit difficult. Worth a try, perhaps. The other alternative is to set up some spawning spaces for wither skeletons. That's going to be a lot more time consuming, require converting quite a lot of the fortress to be not spawnable, but might be our only option to get a consistent and useful mob grinder farm if the blaze spawner option doesn't work. So, step 1, finding a blaze spawner. That appears to be a dead end. Let's go this way. Looks like 2 dead ends here, but this does continue to multiple dead ends. Okay. So, nothing useful over here. So I see a wither skeleton over there. We're going to leave him alone for now. Is that... I think that's a dead end. So, continuing up this way. We're getting pretty lucky with our roaming blaze spawns. They think they would be really annoying. That appears to likely be a blaze spawner. Great. So, set a path. Alright, there it is. Game plan before we approach, we're going to need to do a little bit of mining underneath it, I think, to place the mob grinder below it. Hopefully that provides enough room. And then we're going to need to fill in some of the surrounding area so that blazes aren't spawning way off to the sides. Thankfully, it looks like this is going to be completely encased in netherrack, so it should make it a lot easier. Alright, so we want to start by mining out the area. We'll get that blaze rod in a second. Okay, and charge. Uh-oh. Ah! I can't tell, did that work? I'm not sure if that actually worked. We'll need to do a little more testing and blocking off of areas. Ah! I think it did work, but it's a much smaller area than it looked like with the zombies earlier. So yeah, we'll need to do a lot more blocking off of spawn areas. Okay, we need to block off down here as well. Should only need to do a little bit. Of course, the spawner itself is getting in the way, so we need to block that off too. Okay, I think we're making progress. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I think because they float, it can be a little more challenging for them to actually stand on the spawner. But once they do, that does seem to work. So we do need to block off more of this area. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's come over here now. Block this off. And there we are, the sweet sounds of automation. Blazes now spawn almost exclusively right on the mob grinder. They can't see me, so they don't start floating, and then they get instantly killed, sometimes dropping a blaze rod as well as experience. Ah! We can do a couple more small optimizations like this to help keep us safe, and of course every so often we'll need to recharge the mob grinder. Not to mention, of course, just collect the blaze rods. Okay, I think I'll just hang here for a few minutes, see what the yield ends up looking like after a little bit, and then we'll decide what we want to do next. So after about 10 minutes or so, give or take, we have about 28 blaze rods. Of course, some of those were collected while we were setting up the mob grinder. And we are now level 33. As you can see back there, when the blazes spawn, the mob grinder kills them automatically, and we can even tell for sure now that the drops do spawn or get teleported right at the foot of the mob grinder, which is very convenient. The XP goes there as well, so it makes collection super simple. We could even automate it further by including a hopper, but for now, I think this is perfectly adequate. And this brings our total up to 30. Oh, 31. I think that's a good place to stop, so let's head out of here. It is a little disappointing that one of the cooler items that we purchased from the shop is just going to be relegated to a little box in the nether, so we'll have to think of some way to make it up to you guys. But I think I'd like to head back to the overworld now, enchant this steampunk axe, and then see if we can hunt down more refined copper bolts to eventually purchase the steam golem core. Oh, holy cow, what the heck? More ancient debris, just mining a little staircase up here, we find 2 more chunks of ancient debris. I really did not think that they were this common. At least not at this height, I should say. But cool, I'm not gonna complain. And I did leave this lava here when I drilled through here earlier, so let's take care of that. There we go. Oh, I got dropped a crossbow. Sick, and it's loaded. Alright, back to the overworld. It is, of course, nighttime once again, so we gotta be careful heading back home. If it was day, I would have taken the long way around and gotten that bolt over there, but it's not, so we won't. Okay, let's get to sleep. And now let's try enchanting our steampunk axe. Fortune 3 on an axe isn't incredible. I was hoping to get unbreaking and efficiency as well, but unfortunately did not work out that way. I could make a grindstone and disenchant it. I'd have enough levels to enchant it again. Let me see, do I have any stone? I do. I always forget the grindstone recipe. I think it's like this. No. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hot take, the grindstone recipe should grant you when you get stone, not when you get stone slabs. It's very difficult to remember what it uses. Anyway, I think we'll put the grindstone up here with the enchanting table, since that's really the only context we'll be using it. Maybe we'll put it over here. Alright, disenchant that, and let's try again. Unbreaking 3 sounds much better, and efficiency 4, and fortune 2. Patience pays off. That was so much better than our first try. So we are still 7 refined copper bolts off from being able to afford the steam golem core, which is the last item that is in the shop. We may come by and buy some more of these things to enhance our existing farms, such as the hydraulic press, maybe get another mechanist and finally get that steampunk shovel, or some more steam engines, which we built some extra room for just in case. But all of these things require refined copper bolts that we do not have right now. So I think instead, for right now, I'm going to finally do what I've been wanting to do for quite a while, which is decorate and redecorate some of our home, both interior and exterior. Since we built the first floor in such a state of emergency in the first episode, we didn't really get to fully decorate it and give it a lot of the aesthetic features that I would have wanted if I had been afforded a little bit more time and safety. And similarly, both the second and third floor up above there have a bunch of empty space that isn't really being utilized for anything that I would really like to fill with some, again, just mostly aesthetic features, just to make this place feel a little bit more homey. So I'm gonna grab some clay. We've got a brick as well already, that's good. We have leather, some iron, we're gonna make a hoe, and we need more sticks. Let's get this clay smelting up in the steam engine here. I'm gonna cut down these leaves from the lush tree here. Let's grab some sugar cane. I know there were some sheep back over here. Oh, this is a birch forest. Okay, I think we might have gone too far. I could have sworn there were some sheep somewhere over here. Where did those sheep go? Oh! Well, here's one of the sheep. Okay. Hold on, I hear a zombie. Okay, so there can't be other sparkly mobs than just pigs and zombies. We have a sheep, and in fact, it's an orange sheep, which is very cute. Hey, come back. Where are you going? Very cute. I was looking for white sheep, but I guess I will go ahead and get a copper bolt here. There we go. Alright, unfortunately it doesn't even drop the orange wool either though, so we still need to find some sheep of really any color, because we can turn them white. Okay, well I think there were some sheep back at the village. A little disappointed that I didn't find them where I thought they were, but that's okay. Oh, that's the other thing too, we need to add that hopper back in here. So to add the hopper in, I think we'll just kind of come back here, break that, do that, good. There we go. To the village. Ah, here's a sheep. Excellent. I'll take a brown one. Again, I can change the color. I do want a little bit more wool, so let's head back this way still. And I'm pretty sure they had some sheep nearby. Here's one. Hello, sir. Thank you. Getting very lucky with our sheep drops. Oh, here's some sheep. Alright, let's go back this way. The sheep that we passed on the way to the village probably have regrown their wool by now. Yep, there it is. 2 white, 3 brown, very nice. Okay, so that should be all the wool we need. Oh, I'll get some more just because. And now let's head to the lush cave and get some lush blocks. Let's see, this seems like a pretty good spot. Yeah, that's fair. I did not move fast enough. Okay. I think that's plenty of that. Alright, beautification complete. I think this is now really starting to feel like a proper home. As you can see, I went ahead and put some of my smithing templates to use and added some copper to my diamond armor, which I think looks pretty nice and ties it together very well with the inventor's goggles. I also went out in search of some sheep so I could get some paintings, which I've scattered pretty much all throughout the house. Mostly symmetrical, but this is the one spot where I liked, there's only the one painting that is this size, so I went ahead and went with a different one for that one over there. I put an item frame here for the steam drill. I did end up crafting a few more item frames, but there was nothing really to put in them at the moment. But we do have them, so I'll probably place them here and there as time goes on. I did move the furnaces upstairs. Before we take any further look inside, let's go ahead and take a look outside. So I went down and collected some lush blocks from the cave below to just really beautify the area outside. Just immediately on the border of our house, sort of integrates into the surrounding terrain. I think it ended up looking really nice. The lush blocks are definitely significantly brighter than the dark oak blocks that we have made the first floor of our house from. which was certainly the point. It does create a bit of a dissonance, I think, but not in an ugly sort of way. Back here we see some of the brightest changes for sure. I used a whole lot of lanterns all throughout the house, but out here, of course, it was pretty dark with torches pretty much confined to the interiors of these buildings, but now they are here on the exterior inside of these decorated pots. I did only have a few pottery sherds, so I implemented those and put those decorated pots over here in front of these buildings, and then I made 3 more blank ones, at least for now. Back inside, of course, we've looked at the first floor already. There's no changes down in the shop, so actually, one thing that I didn't do that I will go ahead and do right now. As you can see, the copper down here has begun oxidizing quite a lot. There's actually been quite a lot of progress there. And while the green does look nice, it does make the shop down here much darker, which could be dangerous if mobs start to spawn down here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and scrape off all the oxidization from here. We don't have any wax, unfortunately, to put on them, so that's the best that we can do. But I've been waiting until this axe had unbreaking so that it would last a little longer. And now that it does, I think this is a great time for it. There we go. These stairs are still going to be oxidized, and I think that still looks pretty nice, but especially for this, it would have been really weird for the copper bulbs to be fully scraped off and the rest of this wall decoration to be oxidized, so I went ahead and just did the whole strip there. Moving on to the second floor, we didn't do a whole lot here, mostly added paintings and the lanterns like I mentioned. I did add this loom over here, mostly just for decoration. I was hoping to do a little bit more over here, but I ended up using all of the wool for these paintings, so I wasn't able to make any like carpet or anything over here. Moving to the third floor, this is where the most change occurred, so I went ahead and moved the furnaces as well as the stone cutter up here to make kind of a little, I don't know, just stone working area, I think, generally. We're not going to end up using these furnaces a lot since we have the steam engine, so there's no need to have them particularly close to the storage. It's mostly just incidental. If we do need to smelt multiple things at once, then we have it here. The enchanting setup has remained unchanged, though again, adding a lantern, and I put this chest up here to store my lapis lazuli in, rather than having to remember to bring it up when we want to enchant stuff. And then over here, we've added a little bit of a smithing area. So we have our grindstone, of course, which is somewhat related to smithing, but certainly more so to enchanting. And we have a smithing table and anvil, the former of which we use to add the smithing templates to our diamond armor. All in all, I'm very pleased with how our house has come together and generally just our life in this world. I'm very excited to see what the Steam Golem core has to offer for us. Maybe we'll see about finishing the house, adding a tower up here at the top. Now, the Steam Golem core costs 8 refined copper bolts, and we only have 2, so we are going to have to go out and find some. Technically, the Steampunk pickaxe and Steampunk axe can mine up refined copper bolts, but that isn't very fun to watch or to do. So I think instead I'd like to go out and find some of the refined copper bolts that we know are scattered around the world. Now, by this point, we've picked the area around this house pretty clean, and even over by the village back that way. So if we want to find any naturally generating refined copper bolts, we're going to have to go out quite a ways in search of them. We do have some ancient debris that I found in the nether, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get this smelted up in our steam engine. Then we'll turn this scrap into a netherite ingot. And we're going to turn this netherite ingot into a lodestone. Now that requires a little bit of stone. I think just 8 should do. And we'll use our stone cutter to turn it into chiseled stone bricks. Then we can just turn that into a lodestone. Now we also need a compass, so let's grab that real quick. And then we'll go ahead and place this lodestone somewhere prominent. I think that'll be fun. Right here at the top of the house is pretty cool. And now we have a lodestone compass to always point us home. We should be pretty well supplied to head out. I am going to bring these shears so that if we happen across any sheep, I'll be able to craft a bed to sleep through the night, just in case this ends up taking more than a day's travel. But I don't have the wool to do that on me right now, so I'll just bring the wood that I need just in case. And of course, with our steam gun, we should have no shortage of food as long as we can find animals or salmon or what have you. We already have some here. I do think I'm going to go this way, simply because we do already know there's a copper bolt off in that direction. I want to see this was the lake where I saw the mushroom circle on the other side. I can't see it from here, but it might be kind of behind this inlet there. So let's go ahead and cross. Yep, there it is. And there is the copper bolt dancing inside it. So let's see. Dig down here. Adorable. One down, 7 to go. I'm hoping that we happen across some other cool structures. Obviously, we're not really in the biome to find a desert pyramid or jungle temple or anything like that, but I'm hoping the biome will change at some point. Sure does seem like it's going to be an old-growth forest for a while. Oh, hold on. That looks like a copper bolt. It's frozen, it must not render at this distance. Way up in that tree. And since it's up in a tree, we have to use our axe to get up there anyway. So maybe we'll find some more as we climb up. There we go. While we're up here, might as well see if we can find any more copper bolts. There's another one up in a tree over there. I don't think I see any others in trees. Of course, generally they generate on the ground, but we do have that one over there that we can go get pretty easily. Okay, it's this tree. Almost fell off the tree there. Okay, can we see any more bolts from up here? Or better yet, some sheep. I think it's starting to get late. I think we're all clear on bolts, at least that are visible from up here. Should be able to jump down here. Boop, nice and safely. Alright, so home is that way, so let's continue on this direction. Keeping an eye on the horizon still for more copper bolts underground. I haven't actually really measured or tested how far the Inventor's Goggles glow is. I don't know for how far away we'll be able to see copper bolts. Okay, let's see. We have a regular taiga over here at this point. Oh, there's a copper bolt up there. This one should be just slightly easier to get to. Don't even have to chop down a tree for it. All right. These tree ones are fun. I wish we'd found some earlier. We do have another village over there. I think that's worth checking out. For one, there'll be beds there, which is great. And for two, we know that sometimes opening chests in villages can have copper bolts. We got one that way. So if there's a lot of chests here, that might be a good source of some copper bolts. Ah, okay. Ooh, careful. Ow. That was not that far. Oh, good, a sheep. Well, I think I'll shear that anyway. All right, let's find a bed, kick somebody out of it, hello, and sleep. This is quite convenient as well because it means our respawn point is here, which, if we do end up dying, is in theory closer to where we died. Now, at this point, we have 6 copper bolts. I very seriously doubt we're going to get the remaining 4 from this village, but I still think it is worth checking out, opening all the chests, seeing if we can find some. I don't have all the houses memorized, so I'm not sure which ones have chests or not. No. I think this house usually has a chest, right? Yeah. Well, I'll take the food. But yeah, no copper bolt from that. Nope. Okay, so no such luck here. Of course, we can also be on the lookout for sparkly animals. We don't really know how they spawn. Oh. Another tree bolt down there, that's good. But we at least seem pretty confident now that it isn't just pigs and zombies that can be sparkly. We saw one sheep, and of course there was a zombified piglin in the nether too. So that one may work by different rules. Not going to be as lucky getting a cliff to jump up onto that tree. We're going to have to chop it down again. But we haven't been getting copper bolts from using the axe so far, so maybe we'll get lucky this time. Okay, with the 2 bolts that we got from chopping down this tree, that brings us to 9, which is 1 more than we need for the steam golem core. It's time to head back home and buy that final item. Oh, and if we happen across any more refined copper bolts on the way home, I'm not going to complain. Oh, wow. Interesting place for a mushroom circle. Is it even actually... Yep, not really. Not really buried at all. Grab that. Alright. Yeah, with these extra refined copper bolts. Oh, and another sparkly sheep. Awesome. So I'm going to try something here. I realized basically immediately after I killed the last one, when I was looking for wool, it didn't drop wool, but I could have sheared it beforehand. Maybe. Oh, there's another bolt down there. Well, 1 bolt at a time. So let's shear it. Okay, that does work. It is still sparkling, so presumably it'll still have a bolt for me. Whoop. Yep, that works great. Oh, okay. And then we have a bolt down there. Yeah, that's way down there, though. Like, we're not going to go get that right now. But maybe worth putting a marker here or something. So if we do feel like going for another copper bolt, we can come back and get it. Gosh, with all these spare bolts we're racking up, we'll be able to do a whole bunch of upgrading of some of our systems. Get another steam engine, maybe another hydraulic press. Oh, or another mechanist, and finally get that steampunk shovel. Counting my chickens before they hatch, though. We're back at the Dark Oak Forest, so our house should be quite nearby. I think it's just over here. Where'd it go? There it is. I was following the compass, and I was like, it should be right here, but it was just over there. Gosh, this looks so nice from this angle. You'll have to let me know what you guys thought of this house. It's definitely been a little bit more piecemeal than I would have preferred to build my starter house, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think the fact that it changes so much in style each layer really lends to a sort of eclectic kind of aesthetic that I hope looks nice. I think it looks nice anyway. And we're just in time to set our spawn point and go to sleep. I've gone ahead and sorted my inventory. I also put the lodestone compass in this item frame here since we don't really need it, but we also don't want it in a chest so it doesn't get lost. At this point, I believe it's time to buy the steam golem core. Let's head down to the shop. And moment of truth. 8 bolts, the most expensive item. I've been very excited for this, but I think it was worth it going in order. Yeah, wow. That just looks so neat. It's got copper bolts worked into it too. I didn't even realize that while it was in the case. The steam golem core just says that it spawns a steam golem when you place a carved pumpkin on top of it. Pretty straightforward, doesn't say what the steam golem does, but maybe it'll be obvious once we spawn it. Now, of course, that does mean we need a carved pumpkin, and I do believe that there were some off in this direction. Not very far, if I recall. Maybe on the other side of the river there. I thought they were like really close. Maybe they're back towards the village. Yeah, because I feel like I'm way too far now. Well, that works out anyway, because that's where I want to spawn it. I swear I remembered seeing them really close to our house. Okay, well maybe there's some pumpkins actually near the village. I know there's some back in that dark forest, but I cannot remember where. Okay, there are some here. Good. There we go. Pick that up. Okay, this is technically the center of town, or at least the start of the village. It always starts with the village bell here in the middle. So I think this is as good a place as any to spawn the golem. I don't even remember, I don't think I placed it down earlier, so this is my first time really seeing the block. Obviously looks just like the item, but much bigger, and still just think it looks so neat. Awesome, excited to see the golem. Oh, that's a large guy. Oh, he's like opening up, I see. Cool. Nice. Oh, wait. Hello? Hello? Ah! Okay. It's a boss. Okay. Okay, I guess let's try and hit him. Ow. Come on. Ow, ow. Ow. Okay, I think... No, he's attacking the villager! Oh, no! Come back! Oh, no, he killed a villager! Whoa! Oh, I can't get close enough. Whew. Ow. I'm supposed to be helpful. Okay, okay. So I think I can hit him while he's got the particles. Oh, no, come back. This way, this way. Focus on me. But while he has the fire particles, ow, I can't hurt him. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, nope, I wasn't fast enough. Oh, he's healing. Oh, when he's got the fire particles, he heals. Can I hit him with this? Yes, I can. Okay, I think that still doesn't deal damage while he's healing. Oh, okay, we are running out of space. Oh, he keeps healing. No, villager, get out of here. No! No! Oh, no. No! Oh, it goes right through him. Ow. 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 Ooh. His fist breaks blocks. I mean, everything about him breaks blocks. I need to lure him away from the villagers and these houses. Ah. Oh, ow. Whew, okay. It's gonna make it harder for me to hide from him if I don't have the houses, but I think we have to keep the villagers safe. Oh, I can't hit him with that. All right, yep, come here, come this way. Good. Good. Ow. Okay, if I can get behind him, it seems like I can hit him just head on without much issue. Oh, come on. Oh, it's nighttime too. That's not good. Okay. All right. Okay, maybe I can trick him into going in the water here. Of course, now we're gonna have to deal with other mobs. Okay, he fell in the water. Awesome. Now, oh, okay, he can climb out. Okay, no. No, come here, come here. No, 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 no. Ignore them, ignore them. Nope, ignore them. No, leave them alone. Oh, he can't decide. Oh, now I'm stuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm gonna have to... No. Come over here. Oh, I think he killed them. Oh, no. This is tragic. Oh, okay. He fell. And he's climbing. Okay. Seems like when he's down here... Okay, nice. Come on. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. What was that? Oh, gosh. Oh. He flung me. Oh, new attack. No, he's gonna burn down the forest. Oh, come on. We're doing so well. Oh, he's sucking me in. Oh, gosh. Oh, we're so close. Okay, sucking in again, but we're far enough away. Ow. Uh-oh. We're not gonna be able to fight him in this cave here. Oh, come on, I gotta get out. We're away from the village, though. Come on. Okay. Can I get in there? No, okay. Nope. All right. Oh, he's healing again. Oh, no, he's sucking me in. Okay, got out. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, we're so close. Come on. Yes! Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh no, the forest fire. No. Okay. I think we're mostly safe. Well, that was an exciting event. I was not expecting the steam golem to turn on me, but fortunately we were able to take care of it without too much difficulty, although we did lose a few villagers. We'll have to go check on the state of the village soon. Clearly we get a reward for doing it though. What is that, like 10 copper bolts? Oh my gosh. Oh, and a whole bunch of experience. Oh, awesome. Well, let's get these bolts real quick. That was perhaps the most satisfying noise I've ever heard. So it looks like in addition to the 10 refined copper bolts, we also got 30 blocks of copper and 50 redstone. I guess presumably what the steam golem was made of. So that's kind of cool. But wow, what a boss fight. Let's find our way back to the village. We gotta check on that forest fire too. Looks like it's pretty much burned itself out now. Get out of here. Take care of these last little embers. Okay. Not too much damage there. And check on the town as well. So some damaged trees for sure. But it looks like we were able to keep him away from all the houses. I think so. So I think we only ended up losing a few villagers that we weren't able to lure him away from. I think 3 or 4. Unfortunate, but I don't think there's really anything we could have done about it. Well, let's head back home now. I was going to say to sleep, but it's actually almost morning at this point. Well, I sure am glad that I didn't spawn the steam golem over here. That would have been terrible. So, since the steam golem core cost 8 bolts and the steam golem dropped 10, we now have 15 refined copper bolts. Of course, we could buy another steam golem core and fight him again. I think it's pretty neat that that's possible, but I don't think it's what I want to do. So we'll probably use the rest of these bolts to kind of just improve our existing systems and stuff. So if we take a look here, the steam drill, rivet gauntlet, inventor's goggles, and steam gun, these are all things that you really don't need more than one of. We already have the steam gun, rivet gauntlet. You really don't need multiples of these. So I think it's actually pretty nice that they're all over there, because that just leaves the mechanist, the hydraulic press, the steam engine, and the mob grinder, which it all makes sense to have multiples of. At this stage, we don't have anywhere else to put another mob grinder. There's not really another point to make another fortress farm, I think. If we wanted to farm wither skeletons or something, we could just move the one that's already there. And we don't know where another spawner is here in the overworld. I don't think there's a lot of point for us to buy another hydraulic press. We don't really need to improve the efficiency of our existing ore farm right now. So the only purpose that a third one would have would be for a deep slate compressor, which wouldn't be as automated. So I don't think it's really useful for us right now. I do think I want to buy another mechanist and see if we can get a steampunk shovel, mostly just to confirm that it actually exists. We don't really know for sure. And we did specifically build enough room in our smeltery to add more steam engines, so I think we'll plan on doing that too. So let's start with a mechanist and 2 steam engines. We'll start by adding our third mechanist here into the trading hall. And let's see, did we get... Okay, awesome. So we do have a steampunk shovel here. Let's go ahead and grab that. Fortunately, the steam golem just gave us a bunch of copper blocks, and we have an iron ingot ready to go for an iron shovel. So let's trade that here. All right. You know, I'm just now noticing, I'm pretty sure that all the steampunk tools have a thicker head than the base tool. It's a little hard to tell against the orange of the item frame, but you can tell pretty well that there's this darker border here. That's the head of the steampunk shovel. That's a lot bigger than the iron shovel, so that's really cool. Just a neat little detail that kind of escaped me until now. Okay, so let's come out here and get these new steam engines into place. Awesome. Let that water fade away. There we go. Great, so now we can go ahead and grab some of the ores from our farm over here. And you know what? I think at this point we can go ahead and turn the hydraulic press farm off, at least for now. This chest has just an absurd amount of ores, and our barrels are getting very full. We have a full row of blocks of raw copper, and a pretty good amount of raw gold blocks. A little bit less than I said I was going to wait for, but it's just becoming too much to maintain and craft these into the full blocks. I think if we wanted to build a more sophisticated farm with a crafter to compress them down into their block form, that would be the way to go, but we didn't plan for that, and I don't want to retrofit this farm at this point, so we'll just turn it off for now. But now we can go ahead and put some gold, some iron, and some copper all in these 3 steam engines, and then we'll start smelting all those. Oh, I've got some stone bricks in here. Oh, that makes sense from where I mined the steam engines. But yeah, now we'll start getting all of those ores in here. Super awesome. I also think I'm going to go ahead and enchant my steampunk shovel now that I have it, since we got all those levels from the steam golem. Efficiency for Unbreaking 3 isn't bad. And with that, I think that is a wrap on the Secret Shop series. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe so you can keep an eye on when new videos come out. And remember to check out that Patreon link in the description down below to get access to cool data packs like this one. Thanks for watching!